Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstir Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Very quickly, first up, huge thanks to Laurie, beautiful embroidered dragonfly, hand embroidered, but she's also sent me lots of goodies from this Etsy shop that she operates, Play and Learn Felt. Laurie is a previous, from what I understand, previous preschool teacher, so she absolutely knows her stuff. But she has sent me so many little goodies for the grandkiddies, absolutely beautiful for counting and sizing and all sorts of activities. However, it'll be interesting to see what the grandkiddies actually do with them, because we know with kids, you supply them with a toy or some creative product and they're out left field and you got to let them run with it. Also, huge thanks to Laurel, who sent me these two beautiful grounding rocks. Very heavy. Laurel, the postage was horrific. I absolutely adore them, but I'm just going to say again, postage is ghastly. So please, don't feel obliged to send anything, but this is absolutely gorgeous. This is spotty. I am going to pop it in the garden when we landscape for where I have spread his ashes. And she's also sent me this beautiful rock, also painted with my symbol. So thank you, Laurel. Much appreciated, both of you. Okay, what do I want to have a look at in this particular reading? We've actually had what we would probably consider a very mild summer. I am a bit fearful about, winter. I'm a bit fearful about what summer is going to bring, because what is happening at the moment throughout the world, especially in the Northern Hemisphere, is that the El Nino has it is, let me put it this way, it is the worst possible scenario that was predicted, that we had time to be able to correct course. Well, it appears we have, as humanity, we're pretty much running out of time to correct course. So I'm going to have a look at a couple of things here, but one main one that I want to have a look at, but I just do want to mention, came to me via one of my colleagues in regards to Duisburg, Duisburg in Germany. Apparently yesterday they had a 38-degree day. So this is in Germany, very extremely unusual for them. But even more confronting is the fact that the Rhine River is running dry. Now, Duisburg is at the conjunction of the Ruhr and the Rhine rivers. It is the largest inland port in Europe, a huge industrial area where a lot of the products are brought in and taken out via massive barges. So what is pretty much happening is the level of the river is now down to less than, 24 to 25 centimetres, so a quarter of a metre. I mean, that's about that deep. Apparently you can walk across the river at the moment, and the forecasts indicate that it's supposed to drop even further, as there is far below the absolute minimum 40 centimetre base. The drastic reductions forcing cargo vessels to operate with significantly reduced loads, sometimes carrying even only 1/3 of their, or even as little as 10 to 20% of their normal capacity, to try and navigate the river. Apparently this port of the river, apparently you can walk across from one side to the other, or wade across. It's just absolutely incredibly dire circumstances at the moment. I've got the High Priestess here. This can be, this information's coming out. The High Priestess, we've got hidden agendas here, but this is the information coming out. It cannot be held hidden any longer. We've got the Two of Wands. It is about, well, you know, we have to make a very fast decision, plan and make decisions about which way to go forward. I think Hogarth from Hogarth's Global Astrology, he's in London in the UK. He said they haven't seen rain for a month. Like, I mean, you know, in Australia, a month without rain, yeah, okay, that's pretty normal, but they're not used to like no rain in a month in the UK. Like, what? But also they don't, because they're used to constant precipitation, they haven't got the infrastructure in place to necessarily have already captured water. Now, I know in this that when we were on farm, the last farm we had, we put in a 125,000 litre water tank. And the farm prior to that, we had 190,000 litres. I don't know what that's in gallons, but it's enormous. I think it's divide by 3 or something along those lines. And we never actually ran out of water. But when you see programs where in Europe they sort of put in this water tank of, 5,000 litres, it's like, really? Like, that's nothing. So yeah, there is some really intense. I mean, the scientists have been warning us since the 1970s that this was underway, and it is very much about the future of planet Earth and having to really have a close look and make some hard decisions. I've then got the Five of Swords. This is very much about the propaganda, the lying, the stealing, the cheating, the dishonesty that has been involved to get us to this point. Okay, so what I have, in this, the Page of Pentacles, new information coming out, and judgment about feeling betrayed by those in the past who refused to acknowledge that those that lied, that those that pretty much covered this up. And we're talking about the fossil fuel industry, very similar to the tobacco industry, where the tobacco industry would conduct its own research and say, smoking tobacco is great for the lungs, and we get doctors to prescribe it for lung issues. Sugar industry is doing the same at the moment, so just be aware of that. So just be aware that, oh goodness me, that this is where we are now. Be aware, do what you can, but don't be, how do I put this? Do not allow yourself to be, this is just a warning, because forewarned means that you can take steps to protect your position. And I'm not talking about setting up barricades with the shotguns. I'm talking about getting your supply lines organised, getting your water storage organised. I know a lot of places they don't allow you to store water, but that might be something worth looking at. To use grey water, that's what we call it in Australia, so out of washing machines and showers and things, to water veggie gardens. It's just giving you a forewarning to be able to proof yourself, to shock proof yourself. So that's what they're telling me there. What I want to have a look at, so that wasn't meant to scare you, that was just meant to just give you a heads up so that steps can be taken to future proof yourself and your community. Now, what I want to have a look at, though, in this particular reading, again, one of my lovely viewers sent me information on this, and I just want to see how it's going to go. So I'm using the Sci-Fi Tarot, and we're talking about Space Boy. And if you're wondering who Space Boy is, I also call him Fleon, because he is a parasite on the back of the American taxpayer. The one that stole the electric vehicles, the Tesla, stole it from the actual inventors and claimed that it was all his. lost pots of money when he bought Twitter, now owes the Ruskies a small fortune, had a recent IPO where he became a trillionaire for about 2 seconds, and then it's pretty much halved. Right, the Ace of Pentacles in the world. So new opportunities are being presented. Can be scary, but there are new opportunities being presented. But also, do we continue to allow, okay, thank you, I'm getting the world as in an ending. This age of the billionaire is ending. We're going to enter a new age of the youth. Inspiration from the youth, bringing forward new ideas with that Page of Wands. And we've got the Fool card, literally in uncharted waters where we, if I say cast adrift, like we're thrust into this energy, this how do I put it, this situation that those of us that are aware we can clip a harness on, so we're not actually adrift. For those that aren't aware, will find themselves pretty much shoved out the hatch. And then again, we've got that Five of Wands again. Five of Wands, can be the infighting, can be the blame game, but then we've got the Judgment card coming forward. Collective awakening in regards to all that is happening and what is happening in regards to Space Boy. Again, a lot of this stuff, I'm going to say, and I say it often, is that it's always been happening behind the scenes. It's just that now it's actually coming out and we can see it. So to do with, look, in 1986, so what are we looking at? 40 years ago, the Australian Federal Police refused to give the orange felon a casino licence because he was considered a risky asset. 40 years ago. The payment and movement of children been happening for as long as you want to say, but only now it's coming out and being exposed, and there's no hiding any longer. What this one is that I want to have a talk about is apparently in Louisiana. That's Laundrie, Governor Laundrie, is it? Who is an absolute felon sycophant or regime sycophant, has been negotiating behind the scenes, and I've got Three of Pentacles, dark money, plotting happening behind the scenes. It's also Houston, we have a problem, and the Wheel of Fortune, things are turning, things are changing, but it's also about karma coming and biting them on the bum. It has been reported, not widely. Now, where did I get that report from? I think someone sent me a video and I looked up the actual news article. Oh, it's in The Guardian, so it's fairly common, common reporting outlet. What's happened? SpaceX plans for a vast rocket launch site on the Louisiana coast sparks backlash. Pecan Island, fragile ecosystem. Apparently, ExxonMobil in a lawsuit had to hand the land back to the state of Louisiana, I believe. South of the city Lafayette. ExxonMobil had to hand it back due to its degradation and pollution and erosion of the land that they were not preventing or were part of. Well, what's happened is Governor Laundrie has apparently been in negotiations with SpaceX to hand 130,000 acres, an 18-mile strip of Pecan Island to SpaceX to build a mega launching facility. Well, it's now out there. Now, this Pecan Island is a crucial stop-up point for 40% of all North American migratory waterfowl. Hundreds of millions of birds, including snow geese, whooping cranes, etc. Use this particular section. What's happened? The locals are saying, hang on, you know, we've existed along oil and gas for 100 years, so they're not against industry itself, but high octane rocketry, even though they think is cool, has no place here. So I want to have a quick look to see whether this is actually going to go ahead. Now, I believe the editor of the Times Pecan paper, probably the local newspaper that is around Pecan Island, Stephanie Rigel, is being very vocal and public about this. So what have we got here? Well, we've got, what is it? The Nine of Wands, which can be about guardrails being in place, having to surrender to the guardrails. We've got the Ace of Swords, could be huge legal action coming forward. And then we've got Temperance, which is very much about trying to spin the situation. The Temperance card, finding life's balance. So it's about balance, but I want to have a look to see whether this will actually go ahead, because it's not finalized. Oh, there's that. So that was on the bottom, the next card, and it's just jumped out, the Four of Wands, which is my announcement from the White House. Some sort of announcement from the White House. Now, we know the White House, the regime, has signed documents, hasn't gone through Congress. They're not legal until they've been legally challenged or approved by Congress to remove a lot of the restrictions. Gosh, got these similar cards again. So what have I got? I've got the Four of Wands. Oh, there's the false knight coming forward. The Trojan horse. The Four of Wands, and some sort of announcement perhaps coming from the White House. The King of Cups. The emotionally master of his own heart. I'm going to call that Fleon. Ace of Swords, legal action. And I mean, trigger on this laser here. The Ten of Wands, the overreach being prevented. And what have I got here? The Two of Pentacles, money changing hands. And then I've got the Eight of Wands as well. A lot of information coming out very quickly that's going to bring about change in the air. I do want to have a look, because I don't think the people of Louisiana want this. They were probably not even aware that it was under negotiation. So let's have a look. Okay. Laundry. Show me laundry in regards to this negotiation. Show me laundry. The devil. Oh, do you need me to go any further? Dealing with the devil. Addiction, chained to the devil energies, evil. Just ghastly energy. The devil. The machine, perfectly engineered for enslavement. Reminds me of Logan's Run. The Wheel of Fortune, two major arcana coming and biting him on the bum. And then the Seven of Wands on the back foot, having to try to defend his position, defend this negotiation. The Wheel of Fortune turning, change, massive dramatic change coming. Okay. You've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Mercenary, the Page of Wands, new information being brought forward, and the Three of Wands, the plan coming to fruition, but facing judgment, and the Hermit. So it's going to be exposed, and a light's been shone on this plan. It's almost like it's already at the sign-off stage. Oh, then we've got, again, on the bottom, the Ten of Wands, the overreach. You've got the Temperance trying to spin it. You've got the Hierophant, those in government or in the regime. But then you've got the Six of Pentacles, money changing hands, the Ace of Pentacles, all about the money, and then the Moon, secrets being revealed, and Three of Pentacles, dark money as well. I would say he has been financially rewarded very handsomely for this, but it is going to come out that he has been. Oh gosh, the High Priestess, secrets being revealed. I was going to show you what was on the bottom. The Six of Cups, went to pick it up. There's the High Priestess, the hidden agenda being revealed. You've got the Six of Cups, the naivety, the Knight of Wands, volatile information coming forward. Okay, what's under the High Priestess there? The Six of Swords. Six of Swords, legal action being moved forward. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work. Okay, tell me, is SpaceX going to be, it's not signed off yet, it's not too late, is there going to be a legal challenge for Laundry signing away this land to SpaceX? Okay, let me just ask, is SpaceX going to be build on this land? Is SpaceX going to build? Because I suspect it's heading for court, legal action. I mean, if you think ExxonMobil was destructive, then SpaceX, goodness me, is it going to be built? Is there a mega spaceport, or is there any sort of space activity, space launching going to be built on Pecan Island, Louisiana? Five of Pentacles, moral, financial, ethical corruption, out in the cold, tossed out, money lost. Three of Swords, betrayal, treason, heartbreak, loss, I'm going to say betrayal. And legal, he's going to feel, Fleon is going to feel like he's been betrayed here, tossed out, betrayal. Seven of Swords, lies, stealing. I don't think he's going to get there. The Fool in the past, foolishness, absolute foolishness. Step into the unknown. Is it genius or suicide? I'll say it's suicide. The Ace of Wands, a big stick ruling coming down. The Queen of Cups, she kept trying to show herself when I was shuffling cards before, but I never turned her over. The Queen of Cups, the lid being taken off and exposed. The Six of Cups, the naivety, but also finding, the demon finding himself trapped by something to do with what happened in the past. The Four of Wands can be an announcement coming out of the White House, or this could simply be, because it's a joyous celebration, a homecoming, trapped by the information that comes out. The Chariot, in the hopes and fears. Ten of Swords, no. Ten of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is being forced to walk away. And then the Ten of Cups, endings. Nine of Swords, nightmare situation. Ace of Pentacles. It's all about the money, 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 money. Nine of Pentacles, those that got their hands greased, but justice will come for them. Justice, and then you've got Fleon himself with the King of Cups. The star card could be Starlink, or it could simply be his space program. Two of Cups, deals that were done. But then you've got the Two of Pentacles, money changing hands, and then the Ten of Wands, the overreach. Yeah, I don't think they're going to get it. I think it's there are actually, aside from the lying and the betrayal, there's very few swords cards here, but I don't think they're going to be able to, I don't think they're going to get it. I think Laundry is going to be exposed with a little bit of, not a little bit, a lot of brown paper bagging. So let's have a look. Let's show me the future of Laundry as, I think he's governor. Hang on a sec, let's have a look. Okay, yes, he is the governor, Jeff Laundry. I know I'm sticking a U in it, it's just the way my tongue rolls off it. He's not up for re-election until the end of 27, I believe. What a pity. Pity he's not out this year. But let's have a look. How's this going to go for Jeff Laundry? This deception. Oh, Three of Swords flung itself out again. Betrayal, treason. Yeah, I think it's not going to go well for him. The agreement that was made with Starboy, all to do with money, 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 money. I'll just pop those back on the bottom there. Three of Swords, yeah, he's going to be seen as a betrayer, a deceiver. Ace of Wands, some sort of big stick action being taken here. And the Ten of Swords, no, it's not going to end well for him. Ten of Swords, the Hierophant for those in government, the world ending, and then you've got the Eight of Wands, changes in the air, the Two of Swords, legal action, Magician, manipulation, Six of Pentacles, money changing hands, Five of Wands, the infighting, but the Sun finding himself fully exposed. Yeah, it's not fully revealed, fully exposed. It's not going to end. Ten of Swords, changes coming. Six of Pentacles, something about money changing hands and throwing under the bus is going to be revealed. Ending for him with the World. Yeah, I don't know what the people of Louisiana can do, but I don't think they're going to take this lying down. Okay, I might leave that there again, something that needed to come out and be aware of. Seek out Stephanie Riegel, R-I-E-G-E-L, who is the editor of the local paper down there. She's not happy at all, and offer support where you can, even if you don't live in the state. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Love to you all. Take care again. It's the regime's going down the gurgler. There is desperation afoot. Apparently, it's come out that Shady has asked Ukraine to stop targeting the Ruskies. Well, that clearly shows what side of the fence the regime is on, doesn't it? How about telling the Ruskies to stop targeting the Ukrainians and get their troops out? Yeah, clearly shows what side of the fence. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Love to you all. Catch you shortly.